All right, so we back again. I'm taking 15, the Alder. Got a special guest today. Once again, we got the talented, you know, uh, definitely up there on the list on, most skilled, one of the most skilled people that I know, one of the most talented people, one of the most charismatic people that I know. We got Amira Fair, ladies and gentlemen. We got her in the building. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
I'm doing well, blessed and highly favored, as the elders say, and just making it day by day. No complaints over here. How are
Making
you?
it making it day by day.
Yeah.
Um no, I'm great. I'm great. It's just episode two. So, we had episode one with Aquarius, you know what I'm saying? So it was pretty fitting that I got, both of my former co-hosts, on the radio tip, because how far we go back?
Ooh, we go far back to like the early 2000s. To say it like that sounds crazy.
Yeah, so you're talking about over 2 decades ago for sure.
Yeah, 2 decades just about. And when you asked me to interview, I'm like, I do the interviewing, so this is
Yeah,
interesting,
yeah.
but you're in the driver's seat. I'm chilling. I got this.
Uh, Now that's cool. That's cool though. But yeah, so basically what's been up? What's been up? What you passionate about these days? What's the deal?
Okay, so what has been up with me? Of
I
course,
know a
I
lot. I
did.
know a lot. I know a lot. You got books and all everything. I'm like, dang. All right, go ahead.
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me on your platform. I'm definitely honored and privileged to be on here.
Okay.
As far as you mentioned the book, funny enough, through our friendship, I remember when I first had my daughter, because I'm a mom now, you sent me the
Hmm.
book about how to raise children within a certain capacity of
Oh
Afro excellence.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's still in my
Yep.
bookshelf.
Doctor.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Dr. Africa. Rest in peace, Dr. Africa. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. That was definitely one of the best baby shower gifts I've gotten. Forget the diapers and the everything else. You need books, so you could be able to grow with them,
Hmm.
learn, and
Hmm.
invigorate your mind. And to your point, I am an author now. And my thought was because I wanted to create a space of confidence for my daughter, it all started where she was in daycare and some kid told her she couldn't be a princess, a Disney princess, because of her hair. You
Mm.
know me. You know how I get down. I said, no, we're going to definitely nip this in the bud, and you're going to know exactly who you are. I'm going to fill you up with every single affirmation every single morning from that moment on, so you can understand who you are, so no one else can take that from you. So I did the intentional thought of creating a book with her, so she could, as a 5-year-old, be a co-author for. I can't talk. But by the time she gets to like 20, 25, she's been an author now for over a couple of decades. She has that
Hmm.
skill set. And also the imagery, which was done by Taylor Williamson from Chicago. I made sure it was very Afro Black influence. Even though the title is called How to Become a Princess, I wanted to change the idea and the narrative of what a princess looks like within all cultures and with our culture of being African American. Of course, you're going
Right.
to see the afro and the braids and the kinkiness of the hair and also embrace it not in a negative light. So that's one part of what I'm doing of
Okay,
many other
okay,
things.
okay. How
Yes.
how did that process change, how did that process change your life? Because that's the first time you ever did something like that, right?
Yeah, I just, since I've had my daughter, I've been in such a writing matrix. I could just put pen to paper and just start to go. And it's crazy. So maybe one of my superpowers,
Mm-hmm.
who knows?
'Cause-
So,
yeah. It's your
yeah,
ideas. It's your ideas. Your ideas are definitely your superpower. Like, anybody out here that's not executing on their ideas is doing themselves not they're not doing themselves a good favor by doing that. You know what I'm saying? They're doing themselves a disservice pretty much. So if you got an idea that comes to your head and you don't execute on it right away, it's just gonna be fleeting. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna go away. You know what I'm saying? So like the fact that you actually put pen to paper and was like, all right, I'm gonna do this, bam. So that's definitely commendable. So how did that
thank you.
process like change, overall? Because I know you got a Substack now too.
I know it was interesting. So I was just sitting on my couch and I just started thinking about motherhood. And I'm a single mother, per. started to think about every task I have to do in the morning to get my daughter ready for school because I call myself an octopus because of my work 9 to 5 job and also being a mom and being a caregiver. And to put everything in a step space is easier for me versus just calling it gumbo and minutia. And I started creating the step by step by step. And then I'm like, wait, this is kind of cool. Let me turn this into a book. And cheat code, I did use ChatGPT as an editor, not as like a creative of my work. I don't do that. I
Okay.
put it in chat just for commentary. And chat was just like, this is the book. And I'm like, oh, it is per. So I reached out to Taylor Williamson and said, hey, are you okay with doing some illustration? He said, of course. And from there, we got the book going side by side. I pulled in my best friend, Christopher Davis from Newark to help me out with formatting as well. And then we pushed it to copyright. And the moment that
Hmm.
happened, I got the certificate. I was just like, oh, okay, this is now becoming real. And then I had my boy Ed, shout out to Flat Radio. He like was my publishing mentor. He was very instrumental of helping me get the steps from being what's the word copywritten all the way to being published. His name is Ed Hollis. And
Shout out to
from there,
Ed. Shout out to Ed.
shout out to Ed. Yes, no, I hate to give like credit to somebody and I just say one name. I'm like, no, 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 you have a last name. Like, let me make
Yeah.
sure I give you all the credit. But
No,
he was
we.
very instrumental with like being my publishing mentor. And
Hmm.
once he published it, and I saw the book, Iman was just like floored, and I love watching her expression. Like it was very much a passion project. It's a project for her to be able to say this again. She's an entrepreneur. She's an author. She's in that creative space. So part of me is like, hey, I'm pushing it out a lot, but then part of me is kind of like, this was just a proof for her. So as she gets older, she's like, I wrote a book, a bragging
Wrote a
rights.
book is yeah, yeah, it definitely would be a definite confident boost, you know. So nah, that's amazing. That's amazing that you did that. That's amazing that you did that, and you had the self-awareness to even, go through with that process because a lot of people get, discouraged. They're like, oh, I don't want to do that or whatever, but you actually executed on the idea. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I be telling people all the time. I'm like, no matter how crazy or how outlandish you think the idea is, try to execute on it right now. Like you just told me that you didn't use ChatGPT as an author, but you used it as a editor. So just using the technology that's out here to your advantage can help you execute on ideas that you have. So nah, kudos to you. Kudos to you.
Thank you so
So
much.
so, oh no, did you say something? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say for the creatives out there because I'm not a gatekeeper. ChatGPT, Fiverr, Canva, those three are your holy trinity of creating. Like you should have those three
Shout
apps in your
out
phone.
to Canva. Shout out to Canva. Extra shout out to Canva. Um, Canva has made me, open my world up to a whole because I'm not like a, designer, stuff like that. Like I never really like did that stuff. So, Canva and the tools that they have, man, A1, A1 when it comes to,
Absolutely.
putting stuff together, especially with the AI stuff they got now. So, you could do pretty much anything. I be using Canva like it's going out of style. They gonna get that 17.99 or whatever it is, 14.99 that they get from me a month, or maybe I don't even know
Listen,
how much it is now. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth every penny.
it
So,
is.
yeah. Um, so yeah, you talked about the 9 to 5 grind. Because I know you're in the production field of, you know, the world broadcasting, aka Hollywood. You over there on that side. So how has that been to juggle that and, being a mom and, you know, making sure you take care of whatever you need to take care of personally and the career because you're very career orientated. Like, ever since I've known you, you're like, yo, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm gonna go for it. Whether it been radio, whether it been television, you've been on it. Foot's on necks.
No, thank you so much. I really appreciate it because Lord knows with my father, who's your mentor, my dad, he
Oh,
always makes me feel like you're
shout out
doing
to
this, but you could do twice. You could doing it 2 times, you could do it four
shout
times. So yeah,
shout out to Alvin Fair. If you know, you know. And a lot of people
you
know.
know, I'm just
Um,
saying. But
yeah.
To your question, to your point, I just think I just had this conversation with my assistant dean of my previous school about
Okay.
how to juggle all of this. And the thought that came immediately to my mind was transparency. Because as a Black person and as a Black woman, when you're dealing with strife or struggle, it's kind of like you're being ordained or indoctrinated into the society of, yeah, well, I struggle, so you should struggle too. And it's like, no, I'm tired. This doesn't work for me. I need help. It's okay to say those words without feeling like my mother went through it, so I have to go through it. No, 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 no. We're not walking through mud. We're not walking through, there's a sidewalk for a reason. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
part of it is me being transparent, but other part of it is honestly keeping a lot of like alarms on my phone. Like my alarms aren't like wake up. It's like, no, you should be in the car. No, you should be here. This is going on now. Pay attention. And I love the fact that my daughter is now more involved in terms of as she's older, she understands like mommy's in a meeting right now with the senior vice. She cannot talk to me. I have to get my snack later. So it's helping her become independent as well. But I
Mm-hmm.
just think that you have to first of all write your goals down, focus and write down what you want to do. Once you get one thing going, then figure out how you can comb in the other aspects of what's going on in your life there. So then you can have those two cycles going. Then if those two
Yeah.
cycles are coherent or cohesive, you putting another cycle and all those cycles together will then get you going to your goals. And I hope that makes sense.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, that most definitely makes sense. Um, when we talk about, the different things people want to attain in life, that definitely makes sense because, I look at my goals every day. You know what I'm saying? Like I got them in my phone. Sometimes I write it on a card and put it in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a daily reminder. So even when, times get crazy or, things get like, oh man, like you start doubting yourself because, everybody has, a little bit of self-doubt every once in a while. And they're just like, okay, I'm unsure about this. But you just got to remind yourself why you're in the game, why you're involved in the process. So, nah, that's definitely something uh, definitely something to, keep in the back of the brain, as far as you going through the process of life and just getting to the next stage, getting to the next level or whatever your goals are. So, nah, cool, cool, cool. So,
I have one
um,
more thing to add in,
uh-huh,
just real quick.
go ahead.
And one more thought, because I don't want to be responsible for grind culture, is to enjoy life too. Because I know recently I've started traveling more and
Mm-hmm.
just going to workout classes, and that's definitely pushing my level of creativity and appreciation for my body. So, like the discipline that I have in work, I'm putting it towards that production as well. And I'm finding a freedom of my mind that I haven't unlocked in a long time that's helping me create in a capacity that has been very foreign for me. So I think there is of course the grind, but it's also a point of the rest to be able uh to inspire the
Mm-hmm.
productivity.
Mm, Nah, that's a excellent point because it's like, you gotta mind, body, spirit, you gotta treat all that right. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you're putting in your body, however you're treating it, you're not beating it up, especially as, we're getting up there, in age and stuff like that. It's like, you want to be a person. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. You want to
You're
be a
getting up
person
there. Hey, I'm not.
listen,
I'm Peter
listen.
Pan, okay?
Listen, but definitely you want to be aware of that. But we got 60 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, I know, 15 minutes goes by very fast.
It does.
What advice do you have for anybody that's, trying to, make it happen, or if they may be struggling with what you're saying, or just anything? What advice do you have for the people?
I would say the one advice I give to a lot of people now is just listen to yourself. Sometimes in life we have so much overstimulation that's taking place. It's okay to get into a dark room and literally write down what's going on, cry it out, scream it out, like, but you know there's a voice there. Your integrity hasn't gone anywhere. That compass is still there. You may have muffled it with alcohol or dancing, party, whatever outside
Hmm.
sources. You need to lose the distraction and then tap more into yourself. The moment you tap into yourself, you know what you want to do. And don't be afraid to go through with that goal. If the people are like, oh, I don't see you doing this, whatever, go in isolation. It's okay. It's
Go on
okay. Go in
isolation.
isolation. No, for real. Like, hibernate for a second, go build and do what you have to do. Those people probably weren't your people. And use that as inspiration to push you to the next level.
Use that as inspiration to push it to the next level. I love that. I love it. I love it. Appreciate you for joining us. 15 minutes. I'm taking 15. Appreciate you for your time, right?
Cheers.
This is very valuable conversation. Listen, guys, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys go to the bottom and you'll find Amira. You'll find her content. You'll find her Substack. Go to the description. Make sure you subscribe to her as well. Let's get it going. We'll see you
Thank you
guys
so
next
much.
time. Absolutely, absolutely. And we'll talk to y'all later.